Commissioners meeting to order. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty, the approval of the July 6, 26 meeting minutes. Have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
A second. All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of claims.
I'll make a motion to approve.
A second. All in favor?
Aye.
Dusty, you're up.
Okay, I think it was last meeting or meeting before, I talked about the highway cell phones, needing updated. So there's two different things we can do. They currently have flip phones, and that's the cheapest plan, it's like $19 a month. But if we replace them, they're gonna get the same phone.
Right.
And I think some of that problem relies in that phone. But the second option is we can update them to iPhone plan, which is right at 30 a month, I think.
Yeah.
So basically 10 to 12 hours more.
Well, an iPhone, but would that give them the option? What was the system that we bought for the trucks to track?
Violytics,
Yeah.
yes, it will give them the option to, they got what they call a to-do app for Violytics, and they can download that on there. So yes, that would be another benefit to having.
Yeah, flip phones. Flip phones are
Yeah.
15 years ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah. But if we're good with that, I just need approval for that. And that it's for the road bosses, so there'll be 3 phones involved.
And you say it's just $30 each? Or
Yeah, I
30?
think he said the current plan now is 19 each for the phones, and the new plan will be like 30 or 32 each for the iPhone.
And I didn't hear, was that Verizon?
Yeah, right.
Do you guys have that in your budget already worked in?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the new phone.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
And then, we do have one, road mower back up and operational. We're still using the 2 long arms to help supplement the mowing. We broke a door out of one of the mowers, and I got that ordered. Hopefully it'll be in this week. We're still working on chip seal. We took this week and next week off to catch up on some of the mowing. But we have completed 33 miles as of now. And I think I got enough money to maybe get close to 40. So once we get caught up on mowing, we'll get back on chip and seal. Truck 17, the Mack, we've had it in the shop the past few weeks doing repairs to the rear end. We put new pillow blocks in it. We replaced the trunnions in it. They got it just about finished today, so hopefully tomorrow it'll be back on the road. Speaking of that Mack, we need to think in the future about replacing that thing. It's got about 800 and some thousand miles on it. The bed's getting pretty bad shape. Our May revenue did come in. It was pretty much about a 50% reduction on it. And we did.
But by November 1st, we should get everything.
That's what they're saying. By July 21st, they're supposed to know if the state's going to allow them to do the reimbursements. So hopefully we'll know by then more what's going on. We are advertising for the bids on both that slide repair that we talked about 2 or 3 meetings ago. And then the last thing I have is salt. We usually do the Indiana state bidding with the salt each year, but they put out bids twice this year and nobody bid on the salt. So right now, there's nowhere to get salt through the state like we normally do. I've contacted Indiana Salt, which they carry salt up here at the Roar Terminal, Terminal, and I can't get salt there. It's gonna be $106 a ton, and I got room at the shop to store almost 200 ton. But usually I buy the salt in January with the new budget. So I'm thinking we better get some extra salt now while we can get a hold of it, but I may need help on that.
We have 800 and change left in commissioners. Can that be used towards
Yeah,
that?
we can use it for whatever.
Yeah.
And then once January hits, I can reimburse that.
Yeah.
But I think because there's so much trouble with salt, the whole Seymour district has no salt.
Well, yeah, we better jump on it because
Yeah.
everyone's going to be looking.
How much is it again?
160 tons.
How much is it a ton?
About
$106.
Oh, how many tons do we, 200?
Normally I get about 400 ton a year, but I finished off the last of last year's contract, and I got almost the whole salt farm full. I got a bay and a piece left over, which I think.
So we're talking 20 or 30,000 bucks.
Oh, yeah, probably about 19,000 to fill my barn, and then we may have to get more once we start using that. But if we can make it through to January, I'll have my money back then to work on that. But I say we get what we can get now, which will probably be 200 ton or less, depending on what I can fit in the barn. I think that's all I have.
On the mowing, how far are we behind? I know I've been on a few roads, or I've had a few calls.
We're pretty far behind. And what
How long do you think
it
it'll take
is,
us to catch up?
I've been trying to chip and seal for a couple of weeks and then stop and mow for a couple of weeks, but we've had tractors broke down, so I
Right.
just kept right on chip sealing. But we quit this week and probably next and try to get caught up on some of them. And we do have the two lawn arms running too to help keep up, but they're so slow.
Oh,
You've
right.
got that big boom out there and you can't drive very fast.
When will the other two tractors be?
The one I got the door ordered for, it should be here sometime this week, and we'll have that one back on the road. But the third tractor, which is in your district, something in the transmission is coming apart on it. We got bearing material on the filters, so we dropped it off the woods, and I haven't heard nothing on it. But I don't think we'll see it the rest of the summer, probably.
And you started to get quotes on the new mowers,
Yeah,
350 or 450? Total for three?
probably, yeah. I've had some quotes come in at like 150, some at 128, so, but I'm still waiting on another company to get me some quotes, so we kind of know what we're looking at. But I'd say, yeah, probably 350, 400,000. And there is one company that has what they call an interstater, which is a 75 horse case with no def on it, which I think would be a better option. But it's such a light tractor, they only put it out with a flail mower instead of a rotary, and I don't think that flail will hold up, so that probably rules that tractor out. But that was the cheapest one at like 123,000.
What do we do since we hit the 75 million? And did I read that we'd come in at like 5.6 million versus our budget was 5.3?
5.3 or 5.1.
So that delta, that goes in
You
there.
said there was still something that we don't know yet, but I don't remember
Yeah,
what it was.
until the end of July, we won't know the final number. I thought that's what we said. Something, I can't remember what it was either, but it was
His
something in
email.
his last email. There still could be something that they may not,
Trigger.
something along, they won't turn in or something like that, I don't know. I don't think he's here today either.
Looking for John?
Yeah.
I was talking to him a little bit.
There was something in that last email that he said he's waiting on.
Waiting on, right.
Does that overage go into the general fund?
No.
No, it goes to casino revenue.
Okay.
So part of the overage will go the normal distribution. So whatever percentage everybody gets, they'll get part of it, and then there'll be X amount left over after those distributions. So everybody that thought they was getting less and we increased the percentages, now they're actually gonna get
Okay.
more.
Just a general question, the 75 million trigger, we have to wait until end of July, or do you think we've hit it?
We've hit it. Yeah, it would have been based on June numbers for the last one. So yeah, we're over 75 million.
Wasn't there something that we were waiting on though? that they could possibly do or something? In that last
In
email.
your
that
email, you
sent
said
out-
there was something still that,
Well, there's some other numbers that will come in July, but they won't factor into that 75 million. I mean, the only thing that they had was some, their deductions for
so based on
vouchers,
the reported income, what was your estimated
it,
distribution to Switzerland County?
it bumps up, it's at about I think it was about a $700,000 increase for this year. It's 1.5 million over a full calendar year, but since, over those projections that you get every
So
month.
the total's 5 point something.
Now that I don't remember off the top of my head, but it would have, it should have, I mean, whatever it's been for the last few months, it would be, about 700,000 higher than that.
I didn't bring my phone in for a reason, it always rings.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought there was something else, but-
No, I think everything we need to know about the 75 million threshold is in. It was just a question of, there's a big dollar amount that comes in.
In September, October, that one?
Yeah, we don't know where that's going to shake out yet. That's the held harmless distribution. That's the biggest one you get all year.
What does that impact?
It's impacted by how all the other casinos do. So it's a lot harder to project. It's gone up a little every year, so it's going to be less at some point.
Was it in the 5.3 that we?
Yeah, it's but it's about $2.5 million worth of the total. So it's it's a big number, and there's not a reason why it ought to come in a lot lower, but it could come in lower depending on if somebody else had a bad year up north or somewhere.
And do we do the 10% right off the top of that?
Yeah. In fact, I think the $5 million number you're thinking of is after that 10% is taken out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Sure.
just curious.
But one last question.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little bit confused. So that September, October number, will that affect 26 revenue or 27 revenue?
Calendar year 26, it'll impact.
Calendar year
It'll be
26,
part of the
okay.
state 27
Okay.
fiscal year.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll impact those year-end projections you're seeing. In fact, once that number comes in, you ought to have 85% of your money for the year in hand.
Okay.
And that ought to be within the next 30 days, I would think.
And I sent you a note the other day. So the sports book, that's $40 million that they brought in that we don't get a dime.
Yeah, that all goes to the state, and it was getting a little bigger every year. That one went down a little from last year, but it was about the same.
And if I remember, 53% of what they brought in was that sports book.
Well, it's equal to 53% of the casino wagering. It's not part of that number though.
No. So any updates of if we get a piece of that pie in the future?
Well, they're hopefully, they're going to open the book up on gaming taxes this year, probably, but whether that's better or worse for us will depend on what we can fight off between now and then. They're not doing it to help us out, I guess, as a starting point. We might, if they reorganize it enough, we might be able to get in on the sports book. At some point, there's going to be online gaming too, and that's going to be another one that we just need to make sure we're not cut out of.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
All right, old business, the buggy ordinance. In a
I don't think there's
nutshell,
anything we have to do, is it?
This just memorializes what you guys had already voted on, so just vote to approve this.
going from 25 to
Yeah,
$100.
Yes, everyone remembers moving it from 25 to $100, and then I just put some clarity in terms of what fund.
1176.
Yep, I worked with Beal and Dusty today just to make sure I got that specific one in there.
Okay, so ordinance number 2026-7-20-6, Switzerland County, Indiana, an ordinance amending Switzerland County Code 34.42, license fees for horse-drawn carriages, to increase the license fee and to designate the specific fund into which the license fees are deposited.
If you just vote.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
And then just to be safe, since there is an infraction in there, even though we're not amending the infraction, we will publish that and it'll be effective upon its.
So publish it 2 weeks, right?
Publish it 2 weeks, and then once that's done, then it's effective.
And on the old ordinance, do I have money coming from that?
Whatever money has been
Council.
taken in
Reallocate
last
that.
time.
Okay.
The council, I mean, I can, once I get them a number, then they'll just have to reallocate it for the general, county general too.
It's probably not gonna be much.
So do I get the receipts from you to see how much we're looking at, or
Yeah, you can, I mean, it comes, the report comes to me monthly, the intake, and then it goes from there. I mean, you're talking, I don't know, $150 this year. So I mean, you know,
Whatever's in that fund though, should be.
okay.
yeah, I mean,
It's never been distributed that I'm aware of.
not that I mean, you're talking since 2008.
Yeah,
My understanding is what the old ordinance reads, the council has to reallocate it.
Right.
So, once we come up with a number, then we should be able to do it at the next meeting. So,
All right, new business, John?
Okay, July 8th, Thursday, we held our regular scheduled meeting and had two guests who were officials of the Switzerland County Valkyries Softball Club. We mutually signed a contract for 2026 for them to use Markland Park ball fields, and we also did our 2027 budget. Friday, July 9th, met with the manager of the local lumberyard and got a discounted price on 3 new picnic tables and submitted a quote to our secretary treasurer. These are badly needed at Markland Park near the concession stand. Sunday, July 12th, toured all 3 parks. Monday, July 13th, picked up and delivered 3 picnic tables to Markland Park ball fields. Tuesday, July 14th, I toured Markland Park with 2 representatives of the Louisville Army Corps of Engineers. They like to find something wrong, so they noticed 1 non-functional toilet and all else was fine. And that toilet has been non-functional for 8 years, but they finally noticed it this year. Planning and zoning news, no one seems to care in Vivi about 85 to 100 inoperable vehicles or 4-foot tall weeds. In Patriot, the only news was 2 inoperable cars who were cited, so they moved them 100 feet so they were less visible to the public. Thank you for your time.
Right, JJ Sullivan, roof contract?
Yes, you're just wanting an update on the roof. That's what we're getting at?
Yes.
Okay, we're at a standstill right now with the insurance company. The scope of work that was provided in the beginning on the contract is not the same scope of work that needs to be done on this roof. So for the past 6 months, I've been working with them, trying to get something resolved. And I'm not having any luck. Mike Buxton, he does return a call after about 2 weeks, after emails. And I think we need to go a different direction. May have Garrett make some phone calls or something. I don't know. They're wanting, so me and Wesley know there's a roof leak now. So this adds on to it. And they're wanting to open up another claim, and I don't feel like it's another claim. This should be part of the hailstorm in 24.
And if they open up another claim, would that claim still be with them? Or
I bet it'll be with the new company. My thoughts, and that's probably why he's trying to push it. I don't know.
So last fall, when you came in, JJ, you said the issue was that the bees.
Yep.
And we said, okay, if we get the bees removed, when would you start? And you told us November.
Yep.
Here we are 9 months later, and
Yeah.
we got the bees removed, and
Right.
you still haven't started.
I waited.
So in the meantime,
Okay, go ahead.
we've gotten additional damage as a result of that work not being
Yeah.
completed. So, I mean, I guess where I'm at is, I don't understand when you say the scope of work's changed, you quoted what had to be done. We didn't give you a scope of work, correct?
You give me a scope of work to bid on.
We,
Every contractor had the same insurance claim that you guys got. That's
Submitted.
what everybody got to bid on. So yes, that's what I bid on to do, but it's not the same scope of work that's what needs to be done.
So you're saying that basically, now you're saying that, so you're saying it's not the same scope of work now it needs to be done. Who's making that decision, I guess?
Well, I made it and I've got with the insurance to confirm it. I've sent pictures, documentations. I've had another contractor come in and give a quote to submit to them saying what needs to be done because it's actually not my craftsmanship to do. This scope of work is what was on the insurance policy was TPO roofing, no repairs. Now you're having leaks. So there is issues. So another thing is it's PVC roofing, not TPO, totally different thing. It's a very good product. It's a better roof than TPO. But the scope of work was coping on this roof and it's box gutters. Once you open up the box gutters to do this work, you're getting into the PVC roofing and around the dome. Same thing.
The PVC is not the cupola, right? That's not PVC, is it?
No.
Which is the dome.
Yes. No.
But that's where the leakage is coming from. Now is my
I don't
understanding.
believe so.
Around it.
Yeah, we're thinking it's around it on the deck.
On the
not
PVC, not the cupola itself.
exactly. Yeah, and we need to determine that because every time it rains in the middle of the night, I don't know if we need to go there then because we got to find it. And it's kind of hard to when we're not there. Every time I went up there with Wesley, there's standing water on top of the insulation and now it's went through and getting in the courtroom. That's the only place we found it in the main courtroom.
There's no water in the center of that circle. It's a perfect line around. So that pretty much tells you it's either on the side or coming out around where the rubber comes up. There's nothing in the center whatsoever.
But we haven't determined that yet. But once you open that up to do the work on the dome, you're getting into that PVC, which is not TPO like they had on the paperwork that everybody bid on.
So do we need to have Garrett send a note to this individual that you're talking to?
So Mike
the insurance
Buxton
company?
is the claims representative. He's the one I've been dealing with.
Yeah.
And he's been very good about talking about it. But now he's saying he has to send it to his upper before he can get approval. And I can't get that. And I'm not having no luck. It's like almost need a public defender to fight this.
I'd like to ask, just outside of this meeting, Wesley, some more information about timing and stuff before I talk to the insurance rep. But if all this stuff was occurring and we noticed some water around the same time here and they didn't give the right scope of work and what they were bidding, then I think we've got a pretty good argument for why, or even if, they should have known. So I'll get with you guys maybe after this meeting.
That's fine.
So, but I guess I'm still a little bit confused. I understand TPO versus
PVC.
PVC
Right.
is different,
Right.
but the scope of work, I don't
So
understand that.
coping I could have that made and put on. Coping is a cap. It's box gutters.
And that's what they
They
scoped out.
scoped out coping. Yes, sir. Yep. And it changed everything. And that's why I've been trying for 6 months over them, dealing with Mike about it. And I'm not getting anywhere with him. And I can't pull the trigger on it until I can't do nothing until I know for sure what I'm working against. Because it's not the same funds. It's way higher. And plus copper's 30% higher than it was in 24.
One of the things that you were supposed to do is give us the base price of copper
Back,
the day you got it quoted, but I don't think you ever.
I never did. I mean, until I guess I find that what it was in July of 24 versus now. I mean, I know it's 30 to 35% higher now than it was then, but that's my fight with them too. How's that? Are they going to take care of that? Will the insurance pick that up?
That should be in there, that they should, if they're dragging their feet, they should pay the delta of the increase.
I just can't get no answers from them, and I'm trying. I'm really trying. I've got emails after emails, phone calls, And yeah, maybe I should have came here 3 months ago and said, let's do something, but I know 6 months the bee problem. And then in November, I had a medical issue that I was out for two months. So I picked back up in February of 26, and here I am, and now I'm dealing with this.
So I guess, Garrett, obviously you need more information. You're gonna be the best person to look at that information and guide us in terms of a decision, because I can't sit here and make one. But what I do know is we're 2 years into this, and we've got additional damage as a result of the work not being completed. We spent $1 million on that courtroom about 3 years ago. And I don't think we want to go through that process again. So whatever we need to do, we need to do it, and we need to get some action pretty quick.
Yeah, I want to sit down with these guys because I do want to fully understand exactly what was the issue at the time of our claim. And then once I fully understand the ins and outs of what was the issue at the time of the claim, then I'll be better able to send a letter and reach out what our position is.
So I can probably go back and find it. Wesley will still have it, I think. But you want a copy of the quote package?
You want me, I can run over there now and get the book the insurance give us. It's got the pictures, it's got.
That can help. So they came out and looked at everything at that time?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we got pictures of everything.
Did they see any water damage then?
There was not even talked about.
Wasn't even talked about. The other was.
But did they get up in there and look where the water
They're
was
saying the TPO is no damage
at that time?
at that time. It says on the paperwork on our proposal, none. So that was, that was something that it's either going to be replaced or not from the insurance from the get-go. But they saying there was no damage. Yet somebody's got to determine that if there was damage.
It's got the word.
Other than my opinion, which, same way on this building here, the TPO on this building had some issues. I don't know if we have any anymore because we kind of tried to seal back there to resolve it, but
Why don't, if you could bring that over, and then if we can sit down and talk about anything that you've got in your notes or anything about when leakages and things happened.
when will you need to do this evening, or can we make another date?
We can make another date.
I would really appreciate it because I've got to be somewhere else.
Yeah, we can do another date and we can do it over the phone too, but I just need to understand a
Yes,
little bit more.
exactly.
Because I can tell you what questions they're gonna ask.
Yep.
I'd rather not go through that.
No.
Here,
No.
than they'll
No,
they'll know what
and
the answers are before.
and
I
the
do.
quote I submitted to them, I really don't want to share that in public anyway, because something might change to where
Yeah,
somebody else might be doing it.
I'll sit down with you guys and go through that.
Okay, all right. Just, we tell Wesley when you want to do it, if it's
Yep.
tomorrow or whatever. Okay.
I'll get the paperwork.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Paperwork, clerk's office, we just need to sign this,
Yes. It's,
initial and sign.
yes. She's just changing from Eagle accounts to that paperwork. That is, the collections on traffic tickets or anything.
So just as a reminder, this is just in compliance with state statute and local ordinance. It says all contracts have to go through the Board of Commissioners. I looked at the 2 contracts coming up. I see no legal issue, and then it's for you guys to approve. So when they come up, just vote to approve them, and then most of them I think just have one signature. Can't remember offhand, but.
Yeah, I think there's just one on that one.
But like I said, from statute 2 years ago, the commissioners are now the only signatory authority on behalf of the county.
So we need to make a motion to approve this?
Yep.
I make a motion to approve the pay court debt collection agreement for the clerk's office.
Cost associated with it?
They take their fee.
Oh, out of the collection.
Yeah.
I'll I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Then the last one is the cone.
Which is the elevators,
We talked about that the last time, right?
yes.
What do we need to do here?
That needs a signature as well, and that's, when they go through and they check all the stuff.
It's in the budget.
I mean, it's something that should be done. I don't know if it's annually
We
or.
put like
is it-
10,000 a year every year for
Yeah.
that.
Two different companies, so it's two different elevators.
Yeah,
What's it?
Cone is one and the other one is Schindler.
Similar.
Yes, it is.
No, as long as it's under $10,000.
I think it gives an estimate on each one.
There's two elevators, one here and one in the courtroom.
They don't have any numbers that I see.
I think it's,
69, 1265, 91. So this is just for one of them?
So
There's
worst
another
case, it's gonna be
contract.
$2,500.
there's another contract.
Worst case, it's gonna be
this one.
$2,500. If there's two.
Possibly, depending on which one. West Seminary, is that here? I'll make a motion to approve the elevator maintenance for 2026 to Cone in the amount of $1,265.91.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
The Schindler, I think, I had to look, but it automatically renews unless we tell them not to.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why this one isn't done at the beginning of the year, why it comes now, but
You want to go ahead and do this one too?
ETC Systems, this is the one.
Moorfield Sewer.
More pressure.
We just need to approve this.
It's the problem that caused us so much problems in the last year.
Yeah, we burn out, how many pumps?
Huh?
We burn up like 5? How many pumps?
$45 a piece.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the repairs to the lift station at $3,200 with ETC Systems.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. I assume this will have to come out of commissioners. 'Cause I don't think they have any, I don't think you have any money in maintenance.
Budget anything for it.
Uh-oh.
there might be some help, but. Lift station,
Yeah.
I don't have any board reports.
I don't even.
Anything?
did you guys have a chance to look at this Harris stuff that I sent you? I didn't put it on the agenda because I hadn't heard nothing back from them. Nobody.
So we've looked at it, but the question I have is, we spent $30-some thousand for ADP and we spent what? 15,000 for AOD
I don't think it's been that much.
or 8?
Eight,
Maybe it was
yeah.
8.
I think it maybe was 8, but
So,
ADP and was not, that was between the prior payroll clerk.
I understand.
That wasn't neither one of those were my go-to, my decision. Harris, I had no
AOD
idea.
was, right?
They,
Didn't you work with Pete on AOD?
after the fact that you guys approved them, and I was told that I had to go with them. I didn't have any problems with them, but I also thought that they were gonna have a program that would coincide with Harris. And we know that we can't change Harris because we can't go with the other vendor that's.
But the whole reason for not going with Harris to begin with was because Harris has 2 employees and they were basically going out of business,
Well,
was what the commissioners was told.
Mark he is the one that we would deal with, and we don't deal with Mark. for the financial side, that he's just with the payroll side
I talked to him on Thursday or Friday,
last week.
and he said he'd be willing to set up a meeting to do a demo, for us. The quotes are good until July 31st. My understanding, we've had this since May 13th.
Created May 15th. I didn't get it until later,
Okay,
but either way,
So for me personally, that I would like to have this meeting with Mark and Harris because
right,
we've as a county already spent $40-some thousand for a time and attendance system and still have absolutely nothing. And the reason always given is because it won't upload to Harris. Well, we already pay Harris $15,000 a year to do that anyway. So why would we spend another $15,000 to add the time and attendance? Now, I realize it's a different,
we don't pay them the 15,000 to do anything to upload. That is primarily just for the financials. What we, seeing the ins and outs of the financial side, the funds. The payroll side is very minimal. Because Tina has to input all this manually from the timesheets that she gets.
for Harris
Yes.
currently, right? So, but anyway, I guess for me, I would
Yeah.
prefer to have that meeting because
Yeah.
there's questions that I'd like to ask to understand why they can't integrate with any other AD, whether it's ADP or AOD or pick another acronym if you want, because it doesn't make sense to me.
so he's on vacation today, so he said, we can call tomorrow or anytime this week. And he said he'll jump on a Zoom call, whatever, and go through a demonstration. He sounded pretty receptive.
But he should be knowledgeable of why, if anything, is the reason why we couldn't use ADP or AOD. Okay.
We had a 10-minute conversation at 15 to 5. So I'll follow up with him tomorrow.
Any days?
Well, let me follow up with him and see what is best for his schedule. And, Jamie's tied up typically till 4 o'clock.
Typically to 4, yeah. Really 5, but 4 is fine. Well, we have scheduled a special meeting.
As long as we're just receiving information, we can probably do an executive session, but we'll still want to notice that. If we're just receiving
Executive
information. If it's a public meeting, it's a special meeting, so I just want to understand more exactly from you what we're looking to do here. But generally, you can receive information as in an executive session.
All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Were you getting rain on the way down here?
Just up one from, I'll say, you know where Andy Haskell Barn is?
Yeah.
I'm about there to be.
I'll tell you what was odd. Saturday morning,